Thank you, Hugh. Good evening, everyone. 4 days into Euro 2024, and already some of those highly fancied in the quest for European glory have signalled their early intent. Germany and Spain both kicked off with thumping victories. Italy had to come from behind in their opener, but the holders are off and running. It wasn't pretty for England, but a win is a win. And how about Group D so far? Well, the Dutch edged out Poland to go top at this very early stage, and now it's the turn of the two-times Euros winners France. Might 2024 be the year of the French Euros hat-trick? Magnon is their goalkeeper. Koundé, Upamecano, Saliba and Theo Hernandez are the defenders. And Conte and Rabiot are in midfield. Dembele, Griezmann and Mbappe in support of Thuram up front for Austria, who may well take on the example of Slovakia and Romania and try to cause a shock. Hens is the goalkeeper. Posch, Danso, Verber and Umvena are the defenders. Seibalt, Grilic and Lima are in midfield. Sabitzer and Baumgartner are in support of Gregoritsch up front. Well, Euro 2024 is off to a stirring start, and once more Talk Sport the place to be as we take you inside the stadium and on the edge of your seat as the drama unfolds and history is made. French expectations as high as ever, but Austria have waited a long time for this evening and they are determined to bring their excitement onto the field. Every game live and in full on the network, and Austria from right to left in red shirts, white shorts and red socks are about to get the game underway here in Düsseldorf, where the skies are still bright, the floodlights are on. France, white shirts, blue shorts and white socks from left to right. The waiting is over, we're off and underway. Live on Talk Sport, one of the games of the tournament so far, as Florian Grilic immediately scoops the ball high downfield, and Hernandez, the French left-back, is there to clear it out of play. It's a throw to Austria, deep inside opposition territory, and can they make some early headway perhaps? Oh, the ball goes back to Seibalt, who's about 10 yards into opposition territory. Well, Chris Iwelumo, a big night for Austria, of course. Can they cause a surprise, as we've seen twice already today live on Talk Sport in the Euros, but of course so much expectation on France, who feel they can go all the way.
No, definitely. You're looking at the Austrian side coming into this tournament in fantastic form, but they have a real identity that really works with and without the ball, Joe.
It's Umvena's cross from the near side, the left, and it's gathered by Mike Magnon, the new French goalkeeper, wearing number 16, which is iconic in French terms, worn by Fabien Barthez in the past, the great French goalkeeper of the 1998 World Cup final team and the Euro 2000 winning team as well. They look for Dembele on the near side, the right. We've had just over a minute, and it's Austria 0, France 0. Griezmann on the edge of the penalty area looks for the 1-2 with Kylian Mbappe. Austria smuggle it clear, only as far as N'Golo Conte, wearing number 13. Good way to pass from Conte up the inside left channel. Theo Hernandez is there down by the dead ball line. He pulls it back to Mbappe, who's peeled out on the left, and you can expect Mbappe and Thuram to switch positions with regularity tonight. Now Rabiot out wide to the far side of the field, and Mbappe jinks inside, finds Conte. Mbappe was clipped, and that's a free kick to France, about 30 yards from goal, left of centre, 0-0.
So good with the ball. France playing out from the back there under a very, very good Austrian press as well. You know, Koundé, calm as you like, little dink over the top for Dembele to go on the end of. You know, Austria then come back, very, very compact. Distance between the lines were good. France are just picking the moments. Those little in-between passes been excellent.
Griezmann is standing over the free kick for France. Orange boots on, left of centre as we look at it. France playing towards the end that houses the Austria fans. It's a sea of red behind the goal. Griezmann left-footed in towards William Saliba. Good header away. Kevin Danso at the heart of the Austrian back line with a flicked header, and France have a throw right down by the corner flag on the near side of the field. You're listening to Talk Sport live in Düsseldorf from Euro 2024 here in Western Germany, and it's Austria 0, France 0, but predictably France have enjoyed plenty of possession, and indeed Ralph Rangnick, who is standing a long way down below us on the edge of his technical area, we're high up in the upper tier, steep drop to the near touchline below. He did say before the game, Rangnick, Chris, that Austria will expect to have a lot of time where they're going to have to sit out of possession.
Yeah, and they have to be disciplined in that as well. You know, I think they have to be aggressive on the front foot, but it's so important they don't give away silly fouls, pick up silly bookings. It's so important they keep all men on the pitch.
Upamecano for France, the centre half, wide to the near side, and Jules Koundé exchanges passes with Griezmann and motors into Austria territory. Little touch forward by Griezmann, trying to poke it up the middle towards Marcus Thuram, a son of Lilian, who won again the World Cup in 1998 and Euro 2000 with France. A great pedigree about so many of this French team, and Didier Deschamps, the head coach in charge for 12 years now, watches on with his arms folded on the near side touchline. If France lift the famous trophy by the end of the tournament, he'll have become the only man to have won both the Euros and the World Cup as a player and as a manager, which really would be quite extraordinary. Austria 0, France 0, 4 minutes gone. That would be some achievement, Chris Iwelumo.
No, he's been amazing for his country, hasn't he? He's come in, he's transformed France into this force that's feared around the world. You know, I think he's implemented his style, which, to be fair, gets some criticism as well, but he's strong in his views and the players believe in him.
Conte gets away with a heavy touch in the middle of midfield, and it bounces away from the Austrian frontman Michael Gregoritsch, and France work the ball wide to Mbappe on the far side of the left. Now Hernandez darting in field into a central position. He sets the ball towards Rabiot, just behind Rabiot. Hernandez was caught anyway by the retreating Danso, I think, and the referee was in an excellent position to see it, and France have a free kick, I would say just about within shooting range, maybe 30 yards from goal, again left of centre. They will send Saliba and Upamecano forward. It was obviously challenged by Danso there.
Yeah, it was, you know, but I think it was a challenge that had to be made. Theo Hernandez, you know, there was an option to ram Mbappe. He's driving central there. You know, it's excellent play. Skip past one challenge. I think Danso was committed to the challenge, and he just got there first. Hernandez.
Saliba lurks, the Arsenal man, on the edge of the penalty area, and Upamecano at the far post as well. Thuram and Rabiot on the edge of the Austria box. Lots of height and physicality in this French side. Griezmann to whip it in, left-footed into the penalty area towards Saliba. It doesn't reach him, headed up into the air by Danso. Skies are still relatively bright overhead, as I say, and it's a warm early evening in Dusseldorf. Slide tackle comes in from Mvena, the Austria left-back, near side of the field on Upamecano, but France absolutely dominant early on here in terms of both possession and territory, but they haven't tested the Austria goalkeeper Patrick Pence at all yet, and it's still 0-0.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at the Austrian defensive unit stepping up, being brave when they can, but like you say, France are so controlled, so dominant with the ball, always have options. It's so important that when you can get the ball down and play from an Austrian point of view, you have to be brave, be compact. This is what Rangnick said, you know, with and without the ball, they have to be in control.
Mbappe trying to skip beyond Posh on the far side. The France left is about 10 yards into opposition territory. Posh does well to make a half tackle. France with a throw, they get on the halfway line. There are flags everywhere you look. Austrian flags to the right hand side and red shirts, and away to the left the blue of France and the tricolor flag being waved by the France supporters away to our left hand side. It is full at the Dusseldorf Arena, 47,000 or so. On what has been a day of shocks, you have to say, at Euro 2024. Romania 3-0 winners over Ukraine, and then also in Group E, Belgium 0, Slovakia 1 for the surprise result of the tournament so far. Good footwork by Thuram for France, marauding in field away from 2 in red, but then he fouls Danso, and Austria have a free kick midway inside their own half of the field. We haven't really seen Austria on the ball very much yet, but make no mistake, they had a great run of form coming into this tournament. Not lost in their last 7, Austria. Last defeat was back in October, and even despite the injuries they've had, Chris, they will believe they can cause another shock tonight.
Yeah, they've lost some important players, that kind of core, the spine of the side, but big players have stepped up. Sabitzer, who again, I think he's the one that organises this press. When he goes, everyone else goes, and at the minute they're not really in that transition, they're not really winning the ball, but they're really forcing the issue with France, making sure that they're moving it quick.
Chris Iwelumo, our Scotland commentator, Chris and I will be on the train with Hugh to Cologne tomorrow ahead of Scotland's game against Switzerland on Wednesday night live on TalkSport. Must win for the Scots, you feel that. And then England are playing on Thursday night, the following night, against Denmark in Frankfurt. Here come France. Great ball, Rabiot onto Mbappe. His pace is absolutely rapid, and he's rammed the ball right-footed into the side netting via the touch of the goalkeeper Pence. Explosive, electric counter-attack from France. Pence makes a good save to turn it behind 0-0.
Yeah, it's an excellent ball in behind Rabiot, and you know he's onside there. Mbappe, he takes his first touch towards goal. The opportunity is always going to come. He's trying to give Pence eyes to think he's going to the bottom right hand corner, and he just whips it close to the near post. It's a great save, by the way, from Pence. Strong hand there from the Mbappe shot.
Corner's taken short to Dembele on the corner of the penalty area, back out wide where Griezmann delivers high to the 6-yard box, and Pence makes a good take. And that's a couple of really confidence boosting moments for Patrick Pence in just his 7th international cap. Danso's gone down, by the way, and the referee might have to stop the game momentarily. Danso, the Austrian defender, is still on the pitch, but big moment that for Patrick Pence in goal, and he passed the test, Chris.
Yeah, he did. You're spot on. I think it instills confidence in himself, but his defensive unit as well, knowing that their goalkeeper's going to come out, both hands, be very competent, and like you say, just slow it down. It's so important. The goalkeeper dictates the tempo of the play sometimes, but I just need to see a little bit more from Austria with the ball.
So 9 minutes played, and it's Austria 0, France 0. Austria have possession. Danso back on his feet, quickly back to the goalkeeper Pence, and now Danso once more, almost operating in the right back position at the moment. Forward to Konrad Laimer of Bayern Munich, and now Danso again, having to turn away from Thuram and finding Grilic, the deep lying midfielder. Floats an intelligent ball high up the inside right channel. Sabitzer is after it, but William Saliba is there to sweep up with that nonchalant air that he has. Great confidence about Saliba of Arsenal, and then a shove in the back of Rabiot, and a free kick for France in their left back position. Quickly they go back to goalkeeper Magnon, and at the moment Austria aren't able to retain possession really at all.
I don't think it was a bad ball in behind. You're looking at Gregoritsch there. He has that outlet trying to stretch the pitch, but it's a difficult ask when you're up there on your own. A little bit more on the ball down that right hand side, possibility that he's getting onto it. But I think the main thing, objective here, is that don't allow France to take anything quick. You see how quickly it goes back to Magnon there. They have to make sure that that's the only way that it goes back. They can't play forward.
There are some good attacking players in the final third for Austria, we know that. And we know, Chris, don't we, that there's no easy game in a major tournament. We've seen that so far today.
Yeah, definitely. I think you have to be switched on, concentrated, because as we're seeing, you're getting punished for individual errors.
Great noise here in Dusseldorf. There has been all the way in the build-up, really. There were France and Austria fans here well in advance of kick-off. Here is Werber of Leeds United, spent last season away on loan in Germany at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Out to the left-back position where Florian Grilic is standing. He'll roll the ball back to the feet of the goalkeeper Pence. A short-sleeved shirt, and now Danso emerges with possession. Finds Seibert, and they work it quickly towards Baumgartner on the halfway line, immediately surrounded by the white shirts of France. But Austria have still got possession. Good football from the Austrian team. Probably the longest spell of possession that they've had in the 11.5 minutes so far. Still goalless on TalkSport. Little touch by Grilic. He gets the return ball from Baumgartner, and now Seibert right to the near side of the field from Laimer to find Vayner, the left back, and Vayner's right-footed in, swinging cross, and Posch coming into the far post, the other full-back, and the header took a big deflection of Theo Hernandez, looped into the air, and Magnon, the French goalkeeper, is there together.
Yeah, it was excellent play, wasn't it, from Austria as they're coming up there. You look at Bomengata, Sabitzer, all linking up, and then when they come in with a ball, but got to say Magnon, good strong hands, come out and claims it.
Chris Owellamo with me for commentary tonight, live inside the stadium in Dusseldorf, as Vayner watches a bouncing ball drop into his own half, the Austrian defender. Dembele nearly won it back in a dangerous position for France. Austria then see Posh commit the foul on Thuram, and that's another France free kick about 15 yards into opposition territory.
I never thought there was a lot in it. I think Posh came in, I thought he intercepted the ball, took it quick again. He's have to stop it from happening, Joe.
Here's Thuram edge of the penalty area through to Theo Hernandez, angle tight, and he whips it right across the face of goal. Only needed a touch, almost on the goal line. Nobody there in a white shirt for France to just tap it home. Hernandez with a driven ball right across the goal line, but nobody there to make it 1-0.
And it was a cross, wasn't it? You're looking at Hernandez, it's excellent play, a little bit of link-up play, a little give and go as well. The way to pass was excellent, but that's where someone has to break the net to be. A yard from goal, just make any contact, you're putting in the back of the net.
And Chris is a former striker, you know that yourself. Have you recovered, by the way, from that opening game? We'll be all right, won't we, for Wednesday?
I knew you'd bring it up, Joe. I knew you'd bring it up.
Oh, we're a team, though, and we're looking forward to it.
No, we are.
Watching Scotland on Wednesday night in Cologne, live on Talk Sport against Switzerland. Must win for the Scots. England on Thursday night play Denmark. On Thursday evening, 5 o'clock kickoff, that'll be in Frankfurt, again live on Talk Sport. Portugal get their campaign underway against the Czechs tomorrow, and another live commentary that will bring you all 51 matches of the Euros will be live with us. Talk Sport and Talk Sport 2. Make sure you download the app to be across everything. Throw to Austria, far side of the field, midway into French territory on their right-hand side. Attacking the end that houses most of the France fans. Baumgartner peels away up to the edge of the penalty area, and a layoff from Gregovic to the edge of the box, dinked wide by Grilic, right to left towards Mvena, doesn't reach him, header away by Koundé. Now France on the counter-attack, the ball is swept over halfway, carelessly by Dembele. Far and away overhit, no way that Griezmann was going to get anywhere near that. He was about 20 yards from the ball in the end, and Austria able to sweep up and win possession back. And Austria, after a slightly nervy opening few minutes, nearly a quarter of an hour gone, and they're starting to enjoy some possession in the game, Ralph Rangnick's team.
Yeah, they are. I think using the ball well. They've always got that option, both channels, trying to hug the line. I think they've got a Stanso on the ball there that's tried to play the ball out to the left channel here, but overhit. But did you see that little back heel from Griezmann there? Just took three. Austria thought it was outstanding.
Some of the deft touches of these French players are lovely to watch. Here's Lima for Austria in a dangerous position, but there was a foul on Mbappe earlier on. It didn't look like a foul. Danso all over the back of Mbappe, and he's got to be careful, the centre-half. That's twice already Kevin Danso has committed clumsy fouls on his major tournament debut, and maybe that was his last warning.
Yeah, it's intelligent play from Mbappe there. He's running, he sees the flight of the ball, and then he just stands, he stops still and backs in. Danzo's reading the ball as well, and he's coming. It's a hard one for the defender to try and negate and get round Mbappe there.
And the French goalkeeper's got possession under pressure from Baumgartner. Threads the ball to his left, and Saliba, lovely footwork by Saliba, jinking in field away from Simons. And now here come France. Over the halfway line is Griezmann to find Dembele, right in front of the French dugout. He's one-on-one with Mvena. Dembele accelerates towards the corner of the penalty area, and he's chopped down by that lunge from Verba. And that's a yellow card, a clear foul. Really did dive at Dembele there. Max Verba, the centre-half. The Frenchman sent sprawling, and it's another France free kick in a dangerous area, about 5 yards from the corner of the penalty area on the near side of the field. Did he lunge him with 2 feet there, Chris?
Well, I've got to say, I think Verba definitely showed the studs, just trying to leave it in. I've got to say, Dembele, so direct, great movement, agility to get through the two there, but Verba was committed to the challenge before Dembele even got past in Mvena.
We've got to be careful, Austria, and I'm sure Ralph Rangnick will be really concerned about the amount of free kicks they've given away in the defensive third so early on. 16 and a half minutes gone, Austria 0, France 0. Whipped in by Griezmann into the 6-yard box, and it's eventually gathered by goalkeeper Penn. Saliba made a darting run into the near post, but he couldn't get his head to it. Mbappe was there as well, and Austria have the ball back 0-0.
It's an excellent ball in, isn't it? It's always on target, just coming in at the back post, and goalkeepers have been told, you watch the flight of the ball. If someone comes across that line and gets a touch, then defensively the defensive unit hasn't done its job, and that's what Pence done there. He could just come out, took it comfortably, even though there was a lot of bodies running across the path.
Here is Danso for Austria at the other end, inside the other half of the field, away to our left, the France half. Early ball in by Poch, high towards the near post, and it's cleared away by Upamecano on the volley for France. Or authoritatively out of defence. Then a header downfield by Danso, who was certainly caught by Rabiot. The referee again calls a halt to play. Clear foul by Adrian Rabiot on Kevin Danso, and it's been a stop-start in the last few minutes.
Well, I'm looking at this. Rabiot knows exactly what he's doing. He's lucky, very fortunate. I don't think that the referee, because he's seen that's a yellow card. It's a yellow card. Had no intention of going for the ball there.
Well, he's not given it, has he? The referee, Jesus Gil Manzano, is the referee from Spain. Austria take the free kick quickly, but again the referee's not having any of it. They're going to have to go back to where it was originally meant to be taken from. Danso now out to Posh, the right back, far side. Early ball in, blocked by the back of N'Golo Conte, who plays his football in Saudi Arabia nowadays. Austria have it with Verba. It's not a particularly good pitch actually here in Dusseldorf, worth saying. Rabiot's got the ball now in the centre circle. He's eluded two Austrian defenders, laid it wide to the right hand side, and Griezmann attacking the corner of the area. Griezmann left-footed shot, having driven infield, blocked off by Verba. France have a corner. Again, they were so quick on the break there, and Rabiot scampered forward to start the attack, and Griezmann wins the corner.
Wrong option for me. Griezmann there, I thought it was excellent play. Rabiot, the way to pass to Griezmann was excellent, but when you've got Dembele coming around you outside there, you just got to commit the defender, and then the way to pass, little reverse one into the path of Dembele, and he's getting an opportunity to go, or he can even give you it back. A little give and go from Griezmann there would have been perfect.
Two centre-halves forward for France, so too Thuram and Mbappe lurking at the back post. Rabiot is there as well now, joining the pack. Austria with everybody back behind the ball. Griezmann's left-footed in, swinging corner, flipped on by Upamecano and headed away from the edge of the 6-yard box. And now Koundé with a cushion header back to the halfway line, and Conte rolls the ball all the way back to goalkeeper Magnon, and France will have to begin the attack again.
Well, the touch from Upamecano was just to the back post. I think if he got a little bit more on it and steered it goalwards, that's causing a lot of trouble for Pence here as well, because there's a lot of pace on the cross, Joe.
Good forward ball by Rabiot, waited perfectly high up the left wing to find Mbappe. Down by the corner flag on the far side of the field. Again, he accelerates beyond the defender, Posh. Mbappe, little touch, trying to poke it against the heels of the retreating Gregoritsch. I think he hoped it would bounce back into his path. It didn't. And now Austria with the potential of a counter-attack. Lima from the halfway line, forward to the lip of the centre circle, Michael Gregoritsch, but he can't find Baumgartner, and France win it back again. France continuing to largely dominate possession in the game so far, but it remains 0-0. And really, in terms of the chances on goal, the only save, that stop from Pence at his near post to deny Kylian Mbappe. But it's the French supporters who are the louder at the moment. Away to our left, Chris O'Welliman.
Yeah, like you say, the support's been excellent. I need to ask you about N'Golo Kante.
Yeah.
I think you look at the position, covers every blade of grass, but he stops it. He goes and stops across right at the point. Nothing gets in. He gets as close to the opposition player every opportunity, and he breaks his neck to get there. And you see, as soon as France lose possession, he's the one. He's sprinting, full sprint to get back into defensive position, and he's all over the place. It's an absolute delight to see.
I was going to say, he's not lost anything while he's been away in Saudi Arabia, has he?
And that's an argument. You look at certain English players that have been out there, and I think they're not quite there. They're not getting tested at the right level. Look at the levels that he's getting already in this game. The distance, the speed, the agility.
And by the way, there is a problem for Grilic at the moment. The game has been stopped, and Grilic, the Austrian midfielder, is receiving some treatment. Thumbs up from the physio down on the field of play, so maybe that means he's okay to carry on. There are one or two Austria subs warming up on the near side of the field. Huge big French flags away to the left-hand side. A flag of the cockerel away to the left, and a giant French flag, blue, white and red. So Greenwich will have to come off just temporarily, and Austria will be down to 10 men for just a few moments. Austria 0, France 0 as we head towards the midway points of the first half on Talk Sport. And our coverage of Euro 2024 will continue, not just in terms of the live commentaries, but our daytime shows live in Germany, including the likes of White and Jordan from 10 till 1 every day, live on location. You can watch that on our YouTube channel, and on talksport.com there's a live blog of every England and Scotland game across the course of the tournaments, including Adrian Durham's infamous player ratings at the end of each game. Here is Danso for Austria. The game back underway after that And stoppage for the injury to Grilic, who is now back on the field. Austria have possession again. That might suit Austria, that stoppage in play, because France, with that tremendous pace that they've got, have caused Austria one or two problems in the first 22 minutes so far. Now Grilic, just to the right-hand edge of the centre circle, out to the near side, the left, and Verba, the centre half. Further wide, hugging the touchline is Mvena, the fullback, who likes to get forward. He's away from Dembele, and he's won Austria a corner. Right down below us, near side of the field. Chance here for the Austrians to threaten, 0-0.
Yeah, I've got to say it's an excellent ball from Verba to Mvena there, and I thought his first touch could have been in behind Dembele, allowed Dembele to get back and get that kind of vital challenge in there. That ball should be coming in the box. 4 Austrian shots in there waiting for the delivery.
Lots of aerial ability in this Austria side. They've flooded the penalty area with red shirts now. And it's Sabitzer, right-footed with the delivery. Here comes Magnon, the France goalkeeper. He takes it well. Just watched it drop into his gloves, high above his head in the 6-yard box. And a quick throw out to Antoine Griezmann, who has to go back to Koundé.
Absolute brilliant from Magnon there. Came through a lot of bodies as well. Eyes on the ball, claimed it comfortably. That's what you want. It instills confidence into the defence and himself as well.
It's strange not to see Hugo Lloris in goal for France in a major tournament. Retired from international football. Great flick Mbappe to the halfway line, and Hernandez is racing forward here through the middle. Blocked off by Verba, who's got to be careful. No foul, says the referee. And Danso plays the ball clear. You forget the extraordinary speed that Theo Hernandez has got on that far side, the French left. And he, in combination with Mbappe, is a terrifying prospect for any opposition defender.
Yeah, I thought Verba was a lucky man there. I thought Hernandez possibly just lost control of the ball just before the challenge came in from Verba, but it was still only a metre or so away from him, so surprised it wasn't given.
Baumgartner for Austria into the penalty area, taking on Koundé. Goes down, Koundé made a half tackle, and Upamecano had to hoist that clear hurriedly before Konrad Laimer could reach it just inside the France box. Now Conte forward to Griezmann, just shy of the halfway line, and Griezmann slows it down. Back to the left-back position, and Hernandez, and now Griezmann again from the halfway line. Pings a lovely, delightful crossfield ball. Left to right, and Dembele took it down on his left foot, but miscontrolled it, took it straight out of play in front of the France dugout, and that'll be a throw to Austria. First sight of goal, though, just a few moments ago for the very talented Christian Baumgartner. Very quick feet. We've seen him score a couple of super goals of late. In fact, he's scored in each of his last 5 international appearances. Posch crosses from the right for Austria. That's blocked off by Hernandez, and it's an Austria throw down by the corner flag. Chris Owelamo, 0-0.
Austria getting a little bit more of a foothold in the game, getting into good areas, both flanks. What I will say, if I'm going to be overly critical, that ball needs to come in. I thought Baumgartner, as soon as he gets in the 18-yard box, as soon as he moves it to the right, can he let one go? Joe, he's took an extra touch, allowed the defensive opposition players to get close to him and get that challenge in.
Well, they'll be taken on the far side of the field by Posch, very close to where the French fans are. Long throw high up towards Gregoritsch, down by the penalty spot. France let the ball bounce, Saliba heads it away eventually, and then N'Golo Kanté was caught by the defender Mvena on the edge of the France penalty area, and France will have a free kick inside their own half. 0-0 it remains.
N'Golo Kanté knew he was going to take a sore one there as well, but brave as you like. Mvena, I think he was going to take the shot on, wasn't he? He was ambitious. He was styling it out, Joe.
Why not?
Exactly.
They're full of confidence, aren't they, this Austrian team? No question about it. Even though France on the night so far have looked more likely to score, it's no wonder that Austria have gone 7 unbeaten and just 1 defeat in their last 16, coming into tonight, the opening game for them of Euro 2024. It's been great hearing from the Austria players in the build-up as well. Laimer among those, saying that something special is happening, he feels, in the Austria camp. We'll see. Here is Grilic for Austria. 10 yards from the edge of the France box. He spins away from Rabiot, tries to squeeze the ball out wide to the far side, the left, but eventually Saliba's there to make a good interception. Quick ball onto Conte. He was converged upon by Saibalt, but France have still got the ball. Koundé over halfway to Dembele. He's tried to chink beyond Mvena, who makes a good tackle at the expense of a France throw.
Well, Koundé done everything right there. Give the ball to Dembele very, very early. And Mvena, I've got to say, defending was outstanding. Dembele's tried a little tic-tac, both feet to try and go by him. He made sure he got ball, got a little bit of man as well, but it was an excellent challenge.
Here's Greenwich for Austria. Is that what you call it? A little tic-tac to skip away. It was a lovely little bit of footwork, wasn't it? And we've seen lots of enterprising attacking play in the game so far, Chris, but maybe just that one clear-cut chance has been eluding us, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think the Mbappe one, I think when he's tried to give Pence eyes and go to the near post, I think just do what you do, make sure. Well, he hit the target. I've got to say it was a good strong right hand from Pence there, but that was a big opportunity.
Heading towards the 28th minute now, as Pence plays a square ball along the edge of his own penalty area for Danso, who drives it high downfield into France territory. Gregoritsch goes up for the header, but beaten to it by Upamecano. Then a slightly unconvincing clearance, not once but twice by Saliba. One back by Austria. Gregoritsch has fed Lima just to the right edge of the penalty area, but there should have been a free kick for Austria there. Referee waved play on. I think he tried to play an advantage that just wasn't there. Anyway, they've got it back, Austria, with Baumgartner on the edge of the D. This time he's blocked off yet again by N'Golo Kanté, who's there to make that trademark elegant interception. Dembele is then fouled inside his own half. France have a free kick, but you can hear the boos of the Austria supporters because they felt there was a foul much earlier on in that move.
Yeah, and I have to agree. I understand that the referee, Manzano, is trying to look for that kind of advantage. But I've got to say, I'm seeing a very nervous William Saliba, making errors that I wouldn't usually see him do, making decisions that he wouldn't usually do, and it just shows you the extra pressure that comes when you're playing for your national side.
It's his first major tournament start, isn't it, Chris? We saw him make one appearance off the bench at the World Cup in Qatar, where France were a penalty shootout away from being the world champions. Can they become European champions for the third time this summer here in Germany? Not many would bet against them. Throw to Austria in the left back position on the near side of the field. The floodlights up ahead, getting a little more prominent now. Austria 0, France 0. It remains on Euro Game Day live on TalkSport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager, 18+. Please drink responsibly. Conte feeds Mbappe, back to goal. Neat little layoff to Rabiot. Rabiot, square pass where Theo Hernandez runs onto it. Lots of space, at least initially, on the far side, the France left, but then Mbappe having to retreat towards the halfway line under pressure from Saibans. And now Conte, just to the left of the centre circle. Upamecano strokes it wide out to the right, and Koundé hoists a clever ball upfield up the right-hand channel, well intercepted by Wöber, and then Thuram goes down off the ball as Wöber and Danso both came across, sandwiched Thuram there, the centre halves, and Thuram's gone to ground straight away, and sportingly Austria put it out of play. What did you make of that, Chris Owelamo?
Well, it's Danso that's, yes, he knows exactly what he's doing.
He's just blocked him off.
He's not touched the face. I've got to say, I don't know why he's going down holding his face, so that's a little bit embarrassing.
Well, Didier Deschamps was out of his position in the dugout, arms outstretched, the French head coach. I think sensibly nothing given by the referee. Thuram back on his feet, and Austria will get the ball back.
It is a free kick, but what I don't like to see is Thuram going down holding his face. Look, there's VAR. You're not going to get a player sent off by feigning the hit to
no chance. We've got monitors in our commentary position, so we can see exactly what was happening. Nowhere near the face of Marcus Thuram. Austria supporters bouncing up and down behind the goal away to our right-hand side. Lots of red and white flags behind that goal. Throw upfield by Mvena up to the halfway line where Baumgartner's waiting. Tries a little 1-2 with Sabitzer, the captain. Shrugged aside by Rabiot, who wins it back for France very quickly and with great authority on the halfway line. Now Saliba strides forward. Conte is doing his laces up in the middle of the pitch, would you believe it? A pitch that isn't perfect. I mentioned that earlier on. It's been relayed 4 times in the build-up to this tournament here in Düsseldorf. You can actually see where it's a bit bobbly from where we are, Chris.
Yeah, well, we were walking around doing a pitch walk with Sal yesterday.
We did.
You could actually see how lumpy it was, wasn't it? So I think they were doing a lot of work with it yesterday.
You got your corner flag photo as ever, didn't you?
I'm happy, man. You seen how happy it made me?
I did. I certainly did. I've not seen you happier all tournament. And maybe, just maybe, there's hope for even more happiness for Chris on Wednesday night. Scotland against Switzerland live on TalkSport. England against Denmark is on Thursday, 5 o'clock, live again with us. Here's Griezmann on the nipple centre circle for France, inside his own half. Good sliding tackle by Seibold to win it back. And now driving forward is Baumgartner. Saliba backing off. Baumgartner waits for the run of Lima, who pulls it back across. It takes a deflection, and Magnon's done well there, the France goalkeeper, to clutch that into his gloves and prevent the corner. And Austria see a half chance at the counter-attack go begging 0-0.
That's quality. It's different class. You know, you're looking at Lima going in there, making the run, coming across. Saliba takes the sting out of the ball, but Magnon keeps the ball in play.
Now France have got Mbappe isolated with Posh on the far side, the left. He's got Rabiot making the underlapping run. Rabiot to cut it back across towards Griezmann. Hooked up into the air by Seibold, nowhere near away from danger. Headed away to Mbappe, first time shot. Blocked by Seibold again. Much more important intervention from the number 6 for Austria. 0-0 the score. Mbappe hugging that far side left touchline now. A danger every time he gets the ball, of course he is. Hernandez lofts in a high cross to the back post, only half cleared again. This time by Mvena. Now Koundé for France. Out to the right and Dembélé. Dembélé trying to produce the quick feet to dart beyond Mvena. He's reached the dead ball line and Mvena lunged in. Mistimed the challenge. That'll be a free kick to France and another yellow card. Had that been 2 yards further forward, you're looking at a penalty.
How do you defend against that, Joe? You know, I've got to say, Mvena, he's got a man is behind him as well, giving him a little bit of support. Dembélé just moves the ball over that first couple of yards. It's a yellow card. He just got there first, didn't he? Mvena was committed to the challenge, but how do you defend against that? It's excellent play from Dembélé.
Well, Mvena was trying his best, but his best was nowhere near enough. And a free kick to France at the Austria end of the stadium here. 0-0. It's right on the dead ball line. It'll be drifted in here by Antoine Griezmann. Dinked into the near post. Poor delivery, cleared away. It's come out to Dembélé, corner of the area. Twists onto his right foot, but blocks off by Lima. Lima now looking to charge forward up to the halfway line. He's laid it square to Baumgartner. Sabitzer busting a gut to get forward in support, as is Posh. He's on the ball on the right hand side. Lofted cross high to the back post. Lima will try and nod it down. Sabitzer goes in. Good goalkeeping by Magnon. And I think there was good communication there between him and Saliba. There must have been a shout, because Saliba left it and Magnon picked it up. And now France are on the break, Chris. Suddenly it's a little end-to-end as Thuram gives it away. Still 0-0, and then finally Verber's surge forward is blocked off, and it's a France throw in the left-back position. We can take a breath.
I've got to say, it was an excellent break from Australia. You know, it's 5-3-5, but then all of a sudden the French found themselves very much outnumbered. 3 going towards the ball. Great ball in. I've got to say, Konrad Lima, he's just got to head it to the edge of the box where Grealish is. You know, I don't understand why he's put it back into the danger area, the 6 yards block, where Magnon has been so prominent. That's where free as well. Grealish there. They just cushion the header, and Grealish he's going to get an opportunity at goal, definitely.
10 minutes of the first half to go. This is Group D at Euro 2024. After 2 surprise results in Group E earlier on, wins for Romania and for Slovakia. Out on the near side, the left is Gregoritsch for Austria. That's a good cross. Sabitzer knocks it down. Baumgartner! It's gone wide! Goalkeeper spread himself at the feet of Baumgartner. I'm sure Magnon got a touch. And then the last little deflection, well, maybe it came off Baumgartner and went behind. Referee says goal kick. Massive chance for Austria. Lovely cushion touch by Sabitzer. What a stop by Magnon. Realistically, that should be a corner. It's somehow still 0-0.
Should be in the back of the net. I've got to say, great ball in from Gregoritsch there. Sabitzer, first time touch as well. Baumgartner done everything right. I'm looking at it. Can he take it earlier? No, he's not. And it is a corner kick. I don't understand how the referee can get that one wrong. Magnon's decision. Magnon came out so quickly, and he had to. What a save that is. With the form that Baumgartner on as well, that should be in the back of the net. Huge opportunity.
Looking to score in 6 successive games for Austria tonight, which would be an all-time national record. Baumgartner, but what a save, as you say, Chris, from Magnon on his major tournament debut. And now at the other end, France have won a free kick midway inside the Austria half. That is the best chance of the game so far, and Austria is showing exactly why they are considered by some to be dark horses here in Germany this summer. Out on the left for France, meanwhile, is Thuram, corner of the penalty area, trying to wriggle away from both Lima and Posh. Nearly did so. Posh in the end stood tall, and now he's got to try and shepherd the ball out of play here, the right back. Thuram at his back, and he's done well actually there, has Stefan Posh of Bologna. to win a throw in the right back spot. Well, what a moment that might have been for Austria and for their head coach Ralf Rangnick, who's done that amazing thing of becoming a German head coach loved by Austrian supporters, and he's got them really giving France a game here.
Well, I have to say, I think in the presser as well, he said about those opportunities that come in games like this. Now, it's important. That's a massive...
It was a massive chance missed, wasn't it? France are just on the attack with Dembele, right-hand edge of the penalty area. This time he's blocked off by Mvena. Mvena left back position is very nibbly, giving it back to Dembele. He has, down by the dead ball line. First time cross is blocked. Dembele holds up play, wide to the right, Mbappe. Mbappe driving down the right-hand side. He's skinned Mvena, he's whipped it back across. It's an own goal! France score first, it's in off Verba. And Mbappe did so much of the hard work. Mvena just didn't want to dive in. Mbappe skipped beyond him with consummate ease, whipped it back across, and the unlucky Verba there to head it beyond his own goalkeeper. And France, in part thanks to their main man, are off and running at Euro 2024. Austria 0, France 1.
Well, Mbappe just stays out on the right-hand side this time. I tell you what, he gets past Mvena too easy in my opinion, but he is in the box over those couple of yards. He just takes that extra little touch. Has to be better defending there. And I've got to say, Verba, he's got in the right position, but he basically head the ball back from where it came from. I don't understand why he's actually got behind. I'm looking at it again on the monitor. Oh, he's took his eyes off the ball. He's put his head down. Was there a slight deflection off
Kevin
Danso as well? And I think that might have just kind of put Verba off there, but still keep your eye on the ball there.
He's not under great pressure there, Max Verba, and somehow facing away from goal, he's diverted it the opposite way, into the bottom corner, downward header. If you're a centre forward, it's the best kind of header you could produce.
Well, coming away from goal as well. No, a lot of work to do there as well. Fantastic header into the bottom left-hand corner, but never take your eye off the ball, Joe. Never take your eye off the ball.
Well, for France, it's the best opposition touch they'll see at the Euros, and they lead by a goal to 0. And of course, Mbappe, who is yet to score a European Championship goal himself, had to be involved. And you could just see that Mvena, on a yellow card, he knew he couldn't dive in. He knew he couldn't make a lunge, and France lead 1-0 live on TalkSport. We're in the 40th minute now. Grilic has gone down again for Austria, second time in the game, and Sabitzer and Gregoritsch lead the appeals towards the referee. They think there should be more punishment there from N'Golo Conte, and again, looking at the slow-mo replay on our monitor, I think they're right. I think he has given a free kick, has he here, the Spanish referee? Possibly not. But it is 1-0 to France on Euro Game Day live on TalkSport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Turkey against Georgia tomorrow in Group F. Portugal against the Czechs follows that. That's live on TalkSport. Portugal fancy to go deep in the tournament by many. Then on Wednesday, Croatia against Albania on TalkSport 2. Germany against Hungary at 5 on TalkSport, followed by Scotland against Switzerland in Cologne. And Thursday night, England against Denmark at 5. Again live on TalkSport. The ball is in France territory, in Austrian possession. Verba, whose own goal separates the two teams, tries to thread it right along the left-hand edge of the penalty area, and Jules Koundé, the right back, is there to see it behind. And it's a goal kick to France. 4.5 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half. And the unlucky Max Verba will be replaying that own goal in his mind over and over again.
I think Jules Koundé has been outstanding on this right-hand side defensively. Sound, getting up every opportunity as well, but has a real understanding of that position. Something that's troubled the French for a good period of time now as well.
Good ball by Danso out to the right for Posh, and the underlapping run is from Lima. Lima tries to pull it back across, and there was William Saliba in front of the France fans to turn it behind for Austria's second corner of the game. That, by the way, the longest wait for an opening goal in a game at the tournament so far. 38 minutes. I think the average before that own goal from Verba was about 14 for the opening goal of the game. in the previous matches that we've had, 7 prior to this one. Corner for Austria, whipped in by Sabitzer, out swinging, Dancer goes up for the header, diverts it away from goal, headed further clear by Koundé for France, who lead by a goal to nil. Now Lima, just shy of halfway, and wins the throw of Kylian Mbappe. Will they feel a little hard done by here, Austria, do you think, Chris?
No, I think so. I think they got a real good foothold in the game, created a fantastic opportunity. I think they've been very, very present, haven't they? They've been competitive. The goal, very unfortunate. But again, you have to look. Mvena, Mvena, he had the yellow cards. He's very, very tentative in the box. So important that you have to be disciplined and very organised, but they have had opportunities.
Magnon clears, off balance, left-footed the France goalkeeper, high up into the darkening skies, out to the left-hand side. It's returned with interest by Posch, up to the edge of the French penalty area, not cleared by Upamecano. It'll drop down to Lima, who couldn't quite find Baumgartner. Good strength by Upamecano to hold off Konrad Lima, who was a regular for Bayern last season, and it's swept high upfield and away from danger by Jules Koundé. And a downward header under defence by Verba. There's a vulnerability about Austria now, particularly on the left side of their defence, because that's where Mvena and Verba both are. Both are on yellow cards. Now Upamecano strides into Austria territory. France leading by that own goal to nil. Out on the left, the far side is Thuram. Thuram has got Hernandez on his outside. He can pull it back to Rabiot. Rabiot about 10 yards from the corner of the penalty area. Mbappe's got space to spin and turn. Griezmann tries a little 1-2, blocked off by Seibert. And now Baumgartner with his quick feet trying to stride upfield, but his touch was heavy. Rabiot trotting back to win it back. And France, who have got such a good record in recent major tournaments, reached the final in 3 of the last 4 major tournaments, are starting to show their swagger in this game now. Chris O'Elliman.
Yeah, completely in control. I think defensively everyone knows the responsibilities, but with it there's just a fluency there, so the little how they rotate, getting in behind, coming and getting it. It's so hard to defend against. You look at the Austria side working very, very hard without the ball, which they knew they would have to, but there's no way that they can keep this up for the full game, Joe.
Well, they're trying as hard as they can with that trademark gegenpressing style that Ralf Rangnick has developed and has used to such great effect, and so many managers have been influenced by Ralf Rangnick. They've certainly been good in patches in the first half, Austria. There was that huge opportunity for Baumgartner, forcing the save from Magnon, but they are a goal down. And Vena is in front of the Austria dugout, down below our commentary position. We are way up high at the back of the stand. 2-tiered this stadium, almost box-like. It's got a retractable roof that they can use when there's concerts here. Ball is on the halfway line as La Marseillaise, the French national anthem, rings out from the end to our left. Grilic inside the centre circle. Last few seconds of normal time at the end of the first half. Grilic, the number 10 for Austria, midway into opposition territory. France with the white shirts with the pinstripes, back behind the ball. All eyes on the fourth official down below us for the added time at the end of the first half as Koundé wins it back for France. Just a minute added. Dembele streaks over halfway, lays the ball square to Griezmann. Griezmann, lovely reverse ball up the middle. Kylian Mbappe takes it down. Can he beat the goalkeeper too? And he can. Pence's smothering himself at the feet of Mbappe, and he's done very well indeed there, the goalkeeper. Looked for a second like he was going to be caught out, but just as he thought he was about to stumble, he regained his footing and made a good save to hold on to the ball.
What was excellent play from France there. Griezmann with a little ball in behind, timed run from Mbappe. I thought he took the perfect touch. I thought he was just going to lift it over. Pence as well there, but keeper done well, kept himself big, and then reacted to the loose ball, got there first.
France still lead by a goal to nil. Konrad Lima for Austria, 10 yards from the edge of the penalty area. Back to Grilic. They've only got 15 seconds or so remaining in first half added time here, Austria, to try and get an equaliser. Grilic, good ball, sprayed out to the right hand side. Posch in space, left-footed in swinging cross, headed away by Koundé, just drifted over the head of Sabitzer, and that's half time. France began and finished the game well, and they have a half-time lead through an own goal from from Maximilian Wöber, the Austria centre-half, the unlucky man, to nod it beyond his own goalkeeper after sterling work from who else? Yes, Kylian Mbappe in the build-up, electric pace and a good ball in, diverted into his own net by the Austrian number 2, but sandwiched in between the good start and good finish to the half from France was some enterprising Austrian play. They've certainly shown the potential that they brought to qualifying, and Christoph Baumgartner had a glorious opportunity to put them in front at 0-0, clean through on goal, but Mike Maignan, the France goalkeeper, on his major tournament debut, made one of the saves of Euro 2024 so far. So far, so good. On opening night for France, Austria 0, France 1. Thank you, Hugh. Both sides unchanged for the start of the second half. And France will get us underway, playing from right to left to the end that houses those blue-clad French supporters, so many of them in the replica shirts. France in the white shirt with pinstripes, so the change kit tonight with blue shorts and white socks. And Austria in red shirts, white shorts and red socks. And Austria playing from left to right here in the Düsseldorf arena towards the two-tiered end where the Austria fans, and the vast majority of them are gathered. Had a full start here as Ousmane Dembélé went a little early, and eventually Kylian Mbappe gets the game kicked off, and we're back underway here with France leading by a goal to 0, looking for a victory in their opening game of Euro 2024. But that's not to say that Austria haven't been enterprising and haven't looked a threat themselves. France go all the way back to goalkeeper Maignan, and now Upamecano under great pressure on the edge of his own penalty area, but still manages to find the right pass for Griezmann, hugging that far side right touchline for the French. Immediately the intent from Austria was very clear there, rapid, high press with everybody involved, and actually Griezmann has seen the ball go out of play, but he's also gone sliding into the advertising hoardings, so the referee has stopped the game. Here come the French physios, and actually on second look, and we do have the monitors here in our commentary position, it's a very deliberate shove by Wöber to send Griezmann flying into the advertising hoarding, Chris.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Well, he's put the shoulder in. You know, I don't think it's a free kick. Yeah, you're looking at there's blood coming from the head of Griezmann there, but I think Wöber, he's got every right to go for that and just kind of lean in with the shoulder. I wouldn't say it was a push. It's a little bit naughty because the ball's right on the line, if not off the pitch as well, so possibly Griezmann doesn't expect the challenge. I'm looking at it now as the ball, yeah, the ball's actually still on. That's a sore on that as well.
It was crashing face first into the hoarding, does Griezmann, and Mbappe was appealing to the referee. Griezmann, I think he's going to be okay to carry on, but he's got a cut along his forehead that's being mopped up now by one of the physios, and he'll need some considerable treatment here to get this sorted out. So France could be down to 10 men for quite some time, just under 2 minutes into the second half. France lead by a goal to 0 here against Austria live on Talk Sport, but Griezmann getting some running repairs and he's off the field temporarily.
Yeah, look like a bit of a nasty cut as well there. Not nice at all. Yeah, so this is I guess an opportunity that Austria can try and create some overload.
You can see down below as he's being bandaged up now, high at the back of the main stand is where our commentary position is. Big drop down to the touchline below, but Griezmann will be back on momentarily. France on the defensive here with Austria enjoying some possession. It's steered wide by Seibald. I'll give you the full 11s again in just a moment. Posch is at 10 yards from the corner of the penalty area, the Austria fullback. And now Danso in the centre circle with the square ball to Wöber, whose own goal separates these two. Christoph Baumgartner's on the back post if Wöber can spot him. It's in towards Gregoritsch, and now it reaches Baumgartner into the penalty area, lays it off to Posch, who tries a very ambitious high rising drive that sails over the top. Goal kick to France. Maignan is their goalkeeper, Koundé, Upamecano, Saliba and Hernandez are the centre halves. That's Theo Hernandez. Luca Hernandez is out injured and not in the squad. Conte and Rabiot holding, with Griezmann now bandaged up and back on the field in the 10 role. Thuram now operating out on the left. To the right is Dembélé and Mbappe down the middle. For Austria, their goalkeeper is Pence. Then the defenders, Posch, Danso, Wöber and Mvena. As France come forward now with Koundé. He's bridged the gap between the midfield and the back line. Koundé square ball infield, but it's not reach Griezmann. Now it's won back by Conte with great industry. He shovels it right immediately to Ousmane Dembele. Back in field to Conte, up to the edge of the penalty area. N'Golo Conte lays it square. Now Mbappe on the edge of the D. Wide to the left-hand side, and Hernandez with a first-time cross. It's turned away by Seibalds, and maybe N'Golo Conte was the wrong player in the right position at that point, because you were just thinking shoot, and he elected to pass instead.
Yeah, I think it was the right decision to pass, but you're expecting Hernandez just to kind of put in a bit of ball from this left flank there. Great play to get up into that attacking area though.
There's a foul now by Hernandez and a free kick to Austria. So the Austrian midfield, it's Grilic and Seibalds sitting deepest in front of the back four, and then Leimer, Sabitzer and Baumgartner in support of Gregoritsch. And now, unusually, Griezmann has got rid of his bandage, so he's no longer got that strapping around his head. You don't often see that from a player. Having already been bandaged up, he's decided after a couple of minutes that no, that's not for me. 50th minute, Austria 0, France 1, and France have a throw on the far side. They're right. Here's Chris Iwelumo.
Yeah, I think when he was put in behind there into the box, it's just came off. You know, I think too tight or whatever it is. He's not taking it off. I think it's fallen off. He's not too happy. He's been gesturing to the bench, so I'm not sure if something, because they'll have to put something on it, because it looked like it was a deep cut as well, Joe. So there will be blood coming from that.
Maybe it'll have to be done again then to Griezmann. He'll have to come back out to the near side and get some more treatment. Meanwhile, France have possession with Saliba. That incident aside, a very low-key start to the second half up to this point. Live on TalkSport, as with every game of the Euros across the network. Turkey against Georgia in Group F tomorrow on TalkSport 2. Portugal up underway against the Czechs, also in that group on TalkSport at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, Croatia, Albania, Germany, Hungary, and then Chris, Hugh and I will be in Cologne for Scotland against Switzerland. That's the one that Big Chris is really looking forward to. And then Thursday, England against Denmark at 5. Back header from Verba towards his own goal, and Thuram trying to seize upon that ahead of Posch. Double deflection on that, and after a long look at it, the referee eventually signals goal kick, much of the disappointment of the French fans behind the goal.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I think he's got that one wrong. I'm going to have to look at the monitor. Posch, it's come off Posch last. There's no contact. It's a poor decision from the linesman. But I think he was a little bit bullied by the referee. I think the referee signalled first for the goal kick.
There was one fantastic save from Magnon in the first half, the French goalkeeper, where it was clearly a brilliant block, and somehow they gave a goal kick. We could see it from up here.
That's true.
Anyway. 1-0 to France. Here's Posch right in front of Ralf Rangnick, his head coach. Rangnick has now swapped the jacket for a jumper here in the second half. It's still relatively warm in the evening in Dusseldorf, and the slightly cloudy skies up ahead now. Ball is back to Saliba. On the halfway line is Conte. Risky ball back to Upamecano, and a heavy back pass to the feet of goalkeeper Magnon, dressed all in black, and he's very quick to shuffle it wide to the right back position. And Koundé, he's had a very authoritative first 52 minutes, the French goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think he's been excellent, hasn't he? There with his hands, comfortable, the reaction to come out and make the save, but with his feet he's been just as good.
Austria won it back on the halfway line though. Baumgartner, middle of the French half, he's blocked off by Rabiot, forced to go wide to the near side of Posch. They made it out of the group stages for the very first time at Euro 2020 did Austria, winning 2 of their 3 group stage matches. Ended up losing in the round of 16, but that was a great run for them. France have won it all before as far as the European Championship is concerned. Grilic, midway inside the France half, great reverse ball, out to the left-hand side, and the cross is good, headed away at the near post by Upamecano. It was Sabitzer with a whip ball in, real pace and bend on that. Now France on the counter-attack with an Austrian player down. It's Posch who's gone to ground. Reverse ball, Mbappe, good to Thuram, goalkeeper backpedaling. Thuram corner the penalty area, and Austria managed to get enough players back behind the ball, at least for now. Posch is back on his feet. France lead by a goal to 0, and suddenly Mbappe has slowed the pace of the game slightly here. Delightful ball over the top from him through towards Thuram, and Patrick Pence, the Austria goalkeeper, half came, half went back, and now France have it again with Mbappe 30 yards out, just clips the ball effortlessly. left to right to find Koundé. He's so elegant on the ball, Mbappe, and then a poor pass by Dembele, overhit, and it's out of play for a goal kick.
Well, you called it there in your commentary. I can't believe it's an excellent ball from Mbappe for Thuram in behind. Pence has already come out. He's half and half. The ball's bouncing. I can't believe that Thuram's not lifted that over. Pence, it could be the outside of the boot, go over the left. He could have his pick.
Take it early.
Yeah, take it earlier.
Chris Iwelumo, former Scotland striker, with us for commentary tonight in Dusseldorf. It's the French fans away to our left, the louder of the two sets of supporters at the moment. There's a big banner right behind the goal, the irresistible French incense. Here is Posh out in the right back position, and Kylian Mbappe has certainly looked at times his irresistible best tonight. Directly involved in the own goal. It was Mbappe's cross turned into his own net by the unfortunate Verber. Now the ball is back with goalkeeper Pence in the short sleeve shirt. Forward to Grilic. Grilic has dropped in between the two centre halves. And Grilic now will angle the ball wide to Baumgartner on the near side of the field. Baumgartner accelerates away from Thuram. Good ball into the near post, headed away by Saliba. Backtracking for France. Really tenacious player, Baumgartner. But France are trying to play Mbappe through here. He's got the pace to beat Verber. He accelerates past him. Mbappe! Oh, he's put it wide! An extraordinary miss! Your player, so often of extraordinary quality. Kylian Mbappe still somehow not scored at a European Championship. The goal was virtually gaping. He barely had a hop on Verber, but somehow his pace took him miles beyond him. And then as Pence came out, he could only curl it wide, and somehow it's still 1-0 to France and not 2.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it. I can't believe that he's missed it, and either can he. It's a great ball from Rubio in behind, and I've got to say,
oh, now Mvena's got the wrong side of Dembele at the other end, and that's a free kick for Austria. Corner of the box and a yellow card for Dembele, Chris.
yeah, I've got to say, Mvena asked the question in behind, got the touch. Dembele, I don't think he had to make the challenge. Oh, he's put in, it's a sloppy, poor challenge as well, because Mvena wasn't going anywhere there. On the earlier one, Joe, Mbappe there, he loose left Verber behind, didn't he? He had so much time to think about it, and so much of the goal to aim for as well. That bottom right hand side, just know what he was trying to do, but the ball just wouldn't come back round.
Free kick, corner of the box, Austria ends. Sabitzer whips it in, cleared away at the near post. It was, I think, more... It just hit Thuram really before deflecting behind, but Austria win their first corner of the second half. It's Euro 2024, live from inside the stadium on TalkSport. These are the international nights that we live for in football. 56 minutes on the clock, a sea of red behind the goal. Sabitzer delivers right-footed, headed up into the air by Thuram, and this time behind again, looping behind for a second corner in quick succession. With all of the height in the team, can they cause some problems here, Austria?
Great quality coming in from Sabitzer there. You know, you're looking at the free kick, asked the question. Now the second corner on the bounce as well, but France are defending well.
It's Sabitzer again. This time he smacked it, overhit it high towards the back post. Everybody went to the near, and Rabiot is just going to let that harmlessly trickle away behind, almost apologetically in the end, for a goal kick to France. So that little Austrian spell of pressure comes to nothing. They're going to make a triple change here, Austria, in a moment, and among those coming on, Marko Arnautovic. Remember him? West Ham United, and your former club Stoke as well, Chris?
Yeah, fantastic talent. You know, he's got an arrogance, a swagger that I guess you need to have to be at the elite level. You know, he's very talented player, and he's a talisman for Austria. So yeah, if the chance falls to him, I can imagine him putting it in the back of the net with the quality that he has.
Well, France won their opening match at Euro 2020 thanks to an own goal, and it was in Germany, in Munich, against the Germans. Mats Hummels' own goal that night, and as it stands, they'll do the same here against Austria. 1-0 France lead, but a long way still to go. We've not yet reached the hour mark. And Gernot Trauner, a centre-half, about to come on for Austria too. Here is Lima, tries a 1-2 with Gregoritsch, but he can't get to it. Koundé under pressure, had to smuggle that away. Poor clearance, straight to Mvena. Mvena left-wing position, infield to Seibold, who floats one high to the edge of the box. It's up towards Baumgartner, but it'll take one bounce, and it'll reach Mike Magnon.
I've got to say, great defending there from Theo Hernandez as well. Read the flight of the ball very, very early, right up the back of Gregoric as well, and just allowed the ball to bounce over and behind the 80-yard box to Magnon.
A little flick by Thuram towards Mbappe, steered up into the air by Dancer. Well, it's a spectacle, certainly for the neutral. That Mbappe miss has kept the jeopardy in the game. If he'd scored that and made it 2-0 to France, you'd probably think game over, but not so. Now then, here come the changes. Verba, not his best night, an own goal and on a yellow card. So the bald-headed defender Trauner of Feyenoord will come on to replace him. The other change, it's a straight swap up front. Arnautovic we mentioned for Gregoric, who hasn't had a particularly big impact on the game at all. And then the other change is Patrick Wimmer of Wolfsburg, a man who many thought might start tonight. On he comes in place of Florian Grillitsch. So that's certainly an attacking change for Austria, Chris.
Yeah, you're looking at that, fresh legs, nothing changes, personnel come on, everyone knows the responsibilities and the identity. So yeah, there's not much there. It's like you say, it's fresh legs. They've put in the effort, they've covered a lot of grass, they've got a foothold in this game, and it's still very, very much alive, Joe.
Now Arnautovic has come onto the field. I think he's taken the armband off Sabitzer, has Arnautovic. He's put that captain's armband on, the big burly number 7. So Austria 0, France 1. Long ball downfield up the inside right channel for France, too long for Dembele, and gathered by the Austria goalkeeper Patrick Pence. The atmosphere is really picked up now after that triple change for the Austrians. They feel that there's something in the game for them tonight. Only a goal down. Ralf Rangnick watches on with his arms folded as Seibold strides forward into France territory, and now Wimmer darting away from one and then two in white, blocked off eventually by Upamecano, only half away. It'll drop down to Sabitzer. Arnautovic waits in the middle for the cross, which is whipped in dangerously, headed up into the air and away by Hernandez. Sabitzer back in with the header, poor header this time, square and thumped up into the air by Upamecano. Good spell this for Austria, left to right in their red and white, up against the white and blue of France. Here is Lima. France's next game against the Netherlands on Friday night. We'll be there on TalkSport. We'll have Emmanuel Petit as part of our commentary team. France legend and former World Cup winner. Out on the left-hand side is Baumgartner for Austria. Now on Wehner. Back out to the far side, the left. It's steered infield to the feet of Trauner. Seibold touches it into the path of his teammate Baumgartner, but the move eventually breaks down and the ball is with Mbappe, 10 yards shy of halfway. Good vision to spot the run of Dembele out to the right. Dembele is isolated and Wehner in a one-on-one, and Dembele is striding forward in a good way to pass towards Mbappe, maybe just a touch overhit, and eventually it does drip behind and away for a goal kick to Austria, away to our left-hand side.
Yeah, it was excellent play as well. I think the run from Mbappe spot on, just a little bit too much on that ball from Dembele, and I'm surprised he's not took it in as well, because the run of Mbappe is taking Trauner away as well, so that space was on for Dembele to run into.
Giving it all they can here, Austria. Sabitzer trying to get the wrong side of Upamecano. He's bundled over. The referee says no penalty. Long look at it there, the Spanish referee. Upamecano came across. It looked like he got the wrong side. It's a risky challenge, and Sabitzer went to ground, but no penalty was given. Saliba was the one who came across with an equally risky attempt at a block. He was sandwiched in between both of them there, Marcel Sabitzer. No penalty given by the referee. Of course, VAR will have a look at it. We're not being told of any check taking place.
Yeah, no penalty for me. I think Sabitzer's already he's anticipating the contact and already going to ground, albeit he's right at the start of that movement, and when Saliba comes in and makes a contact, no penalty.
Listen to the reaction from the Austrian end of the stadium. And say end, just like France, behind the goal, and then it sweeps around to the stand on the far side as well. Great support for both nations tonight. What a day we've had at Euro 2024. Romania 3, Ukraine 0 earlier, and then Belgium beaten by Slovakia, would you believe it? Austria trying to get level against France. Twice the Euros winners, the French. It's poked onto Arnautovic. He's in the area. He's got his back to goal. He's had to jink away out to the far side, away from Magnon's goal. Back it goes now to Seibold. Now Lima, square to Seibold again with the Orange boots on, back to Trauner. Trauner under no pressure whatsoever, midway inside the France half. Seibold is left of centre, further wide is Vayner. Vayner one-on-one with Dembele, right-footed in, swinging cross, headed away. Thumping header clear by Saliba. And now Mbappe in a foot race with Danso. Danso knew Mbappe was behind him, hurriedly looked over his shoulder, and he was so concerned, even though he was inside the French half, he should put that out of play straight away.
Yeah, it's still poor. I think he's got to understand he's got to be better on the ball there and just find Posh. Stefan Posh is there, you can see him in the eye, and because he's that fearful that Mbappe's closing in, he just puts the foot through it, out of play, overhits it.
Franjek said he wanted Austria to be as aggressive as they possibly can. They've certainly done that, but it's France who lead 1-0. Conte sweeping ball out to the right. We're in the 64th minute. Here goes Dembele. Dembele accelerates towards the corner of the penalty area, cuts in field and shoots high over the top. High and well wide in the end as well. You could see exactly what he was trying to do, but in the end the execution wasn't there.
Yeah, wrong decision for me. Griezmann makes a little run just across the path, a little reverse one to go and get it back again. Yeah, it was never on target at any point when it left Dembele's foot there. With the quality that he's got coming in, he's even got space to run into. He can take an extra touch towards goal as well there, Joe.
Once we're done here, do have your say on the Euro Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy on Talk Sport. 03717 223344. No doubt looking back on England's win over Serbia last night. Baumgartner left in position meanwhile for Austria. He's got Koundé backing off him. Baumgartner wriggles clear into the box, and then Koundé slides in, makes a good tackle at the expense of a corner. Baumgartner looking so dangerous, those weaving feet every time he comes forward.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a real threat. Yeah, he's covered a lot of grass as well tonight. But you've talked about the defender of Koundé there. I thought Baumgartner got the better of him there, but timely challenge, and it had to be as well inside the 18-yard box there, Joe.
Well, Arnautovic is attracting the attention of the referee right in front of Magnon, and Saliba at his back. Big chance here for Austria, you feel. Patrick Wimmer now to whip this into the near post. Poor delivery, headed away by the first man, who was Griezmann. 20 minutes into the second half and 1-0 France lead. Dembele has beaten Mvene, and he's played a lovely little flick into the path of N'Golo Conte. Half tackle from Sabitzer, not enough to win it back. Conte surges down the far side of the right, waits for runners, scampers in field, then checks back onto his right hand side. Plenty in the middle here for France. Conte hangs it up high, headed away by Danso. It'll drop down towards Rabiot, who couldn't get enough on it to flick it back towards the penalty area, and thumped up into the sky by Posh. While it's still 1-0 to France, there's a great hope about Austria. They play with a real self-confidence to Austria, no doubt about that. And the French have certainly not had it their own way at all, Chris Iwelumo. But here they come again. Mbappe, great ball to Hernandez in the area, right across goal. Griezmann sliding in, couldn't get there. Now Dembele, they'll have another opportunity. Pull back to Koundé. Shot is blocked by Trauner. Poor effort from Koundé. Defenders strike really, nothing behind it. Austria are able to clear, and Austria get away with it there. And now it's driven downfield by Sabitzer. What a game this is. The Euros live on Talk Sport. There's no better place to be across the course of this summer as France win it back with Saliba. Chris.
Yeah, fantastic quality there from France. The ball that got whipped across, Griezmann throws himself at it, gets a slight contact. Dembele does everything right. For Koundé, you're spot on. He has to do better. The connection wasn't great at all, and there was no one near him. He had as much time as he wanted there. Just make sure that connection is spot on. The goal doesn't move, Joe.
And now Mbappe, like the great generational player that he is, attacks Posh and then plays a square ball out to the right hand side, and Dembele back in field to N'Golo Conte. Thought about sizing up a shot, threw down the right for Thuram, beaten away by the goalkeeper. Angle was tight, good save nonetheless by Pence. Now Dembele, right hand edge of the box. 1-0 France lead, midway into the second half. Koundé's little toe poke onto Thuram, back out wide, lovely flick to Dembele. He delivers, nobody there to meet it in a white shirt. Cleared away by Danso this time. Now France are having a very good spell, and they look ominously threatening here. Can they get the second goal, Chris, which would seal all 3 points surely?
Well, they're completely in control. I'm just looking at them, just using the ball so well, always got options, always decide to go forward. And this is against a very well organised Austria side, but they just find those little pockets, don't they? The movement, the rotations are spot on.
Well, we hope, Chris, this is exciting on Wednesday night in Cologne for Scotland against Switzerland.
Well, we're going to see a reaction for sure.
You've got to think so, surely. we were dumbfounded by the opening night performance from the Scots. Live on TalkSport against Switzerland on Wednesday. Thuram's heavy touch midway inside his own half, not had a great impact in the game. Now Lima flicks it over the head of Saliba, but there's N'Golo Conte tracking back to make the crucial intervention, just as though Lima looks as though he'd beaten Saliba. He's lost nothing, N'Golo Conte. Yes, he may no longer be playing football in a top league, but in terms of his quality on the pitch tonight, on and off the ball, Conte, as ever, has justified his position. There was never really any doubt in that, I don't think. Oh, but Baumgartner has eluded the defender Koundé. Inside left channel, Koundé tracks back effectively enough, did very well, smuggles it away. That'll be a throw to Austria. Still a lot of jeopardy in the game. 1-0 France.
Yeah, excellent little touch from Baumgartner there. He's just got away from Koundé, kind of rolled his man, got round the other side of him, driving in the box. Koundé is defensive. He got back there into position fantastically well, got his body between ball and man, defended it very, very well.
Posh, the right back, infield from the near side for Austria. France will make a double change shortly. Arnautovic back to goal, holds up play effectively enough. He's rolled the ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Koundé has beaten Baumgartner to it. No great mobility or pace for Arnautovic, but we knew that was the case anyway. And for France, it'll be Kolo Muani and Camavinga to come on. You remember Kolo Muani missed that glorious chance to win the World Cup in extra time in Qatar, so maybe a point to prove for Randall Kolo Muani, who knows Germany well. He has played in the Bundesliga before. Saliba trots towards halfway for France, rolls the ball out to the near side, right in between the two dugouts where Hernandez is waiting, and Mbappe eludes the challenge of Patrick Wimmer, then lays another square ball infield towards the centre circle where Hernandez was waiting. Saliba across to Dayo Upamecano, and now Koundé in the right back position. Koundé tries to drive it upfield, charged down by Baumgartner. I have to say, it's been a very entertaining contest this, and now we have the French changes. First of the game for them, Kolo Muani for Dembele, who is on a yellow card, and Camavinga. Well, you'd expect this to be a midfield alteration, surely. His first appearance at a European Championship, Eduardo Camavinga, and indeed Rabiot is the man who's coming off, and likewise first appearance at the Euros for Kolo Muani. What do you make of those changes?
Yeah, like you say, light for light coming on. You know, nothing changes. You know, the identity's there. The players understand it. They're just fresh legs, and they're not any weaker, are they? The quality and depth that the French team have is outstanding.
It's not bad, is it? Enough to strike fear to any nation really competing at the tournament for glory this year. This France team really does mean business as ever. The French are out for a Euros hat-trick, or so they hope it will be. Long way still to go until the final in Berlin on the 14th of July. And of course, we'll be there on TalkSport. Whomever makes their way all the way through to the showpiece. Here on the halfway line now for Austria is Janso. Tries to drive a ball from the right side into the centre where Arnautovic was waiting, and Camavinga, with his long hair, comes across to block it off.
You look at Arnautovic, the morality's probably not there, but he's a presence, he's an outlet, and I think he's done it very, very well. You know, he holds the ball up, he's linking in, he's won his aerial duels, bringing players around him. No surprise that Danso's trying to find him. The quality's there, whipping it in. You know, the ball will stick and he'll link it up. But he's done well since he's come on.
Euro Game Day live on TalkSport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, please drink responsibly. Austria 0, France 1. Surging up the near side, the left is Hernandez, right down below our commentary position here. Little touch by Thuram, lovely flick by Hernandez, back in field to Thuram. Play continues here. Couple of step overs from Thuram into the box, and then he curls the ball high and well wide. You might have heard the cry of Hernandez on the near side as he was caught. It was a beautifully deft, ingenious flick in field. And then Posh was really late with the challenge. The referee would have given a free kick had Thuram not come away with the ball.
Yeah, it's excellent play, isn't it, down that left-hand side. Little toe poke from Hernandez, isn't it, into the path of Thuram there. I understand what he's trying to do. 5-6 step overs. He's moved the ball, manipulated it onto the right. You know, he's got a lot of work to do to try and bend it round the defensive players. I think he takes it onto his left, and then put the foot through it and ask a different question of Pence.
It's been nearly but not quite in the second half of France, hasn't it? Just not been able to see off Austria completely here, though they do lead 1-0. Lima's ball slightly behind Poch. Had to check back 15 yards into the French half. France have got plenty behind the ball. And that's a dreadful pass by Wimmer. Trying to ping it cross field outside of the boot. Trickles out of play. And actually, in fairness to Didier Deschamps and France, Austria have brought a lot to the game, but Magnon hasn't really had a save to make in the second half.
No, he hasn't. You know, I think they've defended well, they've protected him well. Upamecano has done well, made his contacts sleeper as well. I think Koundé on that right hand side, he's been outstanding for me this evening.
Schauder for Austria, just shy of the halfway line. Great expansive arena this in Dusseldorf. Right on the near side is Poch, 5 yards infield. Little square ball to touch into the path of Lima. And then Inke, and another square pass to Seibert. Seibert looks up, he's drifted away from Griezmann. And on the near side, the right, Wimmer, sandwiched in between two white shirts, theatrically threw himself to ground, but he's got the free kick. Flag up from the assistant referee, and the on-field referee blows for a foul, and an opportunity here for Austria to hoist a high ball into the area and see what happens. Chris Iwelumo with what? Just over 15 minutes to go, 1-0 down, and they're still very much in this.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I think when they've got the players with the aggression, they can go and win the header, keep it alive. I just look at this in the monitor, I think
What are you seeing on the monitor, Chris? You're seeing it again?
Yeah, but Wimmer's come down on the kind of shin and ankle of Antoine Griezmann there, and I tell you, the whole ankle's completely buckled as well. So he's up and he's walking, but that didn't make me feel too great there.
He's appealing to the referee, but nothing's been given. It's a free kick to Austria in the right back spot. It'll be whipped in by Patrick Wimmer, high towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Magnon flaps at it. It came off Koundé and then thundered away by Upamecano. There was danger there for France. Magnon stretching high with his top hand to try and claw it away, and he didn't get there.
Yeah, I think it's one of them. I think he got a slight contact. I think the contact was enough, Joe, just to take it away from danger. But like you say, I think he's made the right decisions. When you come, you got to make sure you take everything out your way, and you make that contact.
Hernandez has been caught by Poch again. The referee's not spotted it this time. And play goes on. Austria have the ball in the halfway line. It's worked out wide to Poch, the number 5 once more. Near side of the field. Infield it goes to Wimmer. Back out wide to Poch. Great weight on that pass. Here comes Hernandez. Sliding in with a robust challenge. Go to Austria 10 yards shy of the corner flag. 1-0 France lead.
Yeah, he's been great. You know, I think Hernandez just sees the danger. I think he's brought so much defensive as well, but going forward, always an option, isn't he? Always wants the ball.
Wimmer's cross has sailed high over the top. It's a spectacular sight at Euro 2020. Two nations coming together for what has been a terrific game of football. Away to the left, the blue of France. To the right, the red of Austria. What a tournament this is proving to be so far. We've had plenty of goals, excitement. Some of the leading contenders have started impressively, and we've had one or two surprise results today as well. Here is Colomboani for France. On the halfway line he feeds Griezmann. Back out wide to the right hand side, and Koundé knocks it forward to Colomboani, who continued his run. He took it in his stride brilliantly. He's away from Danso here. Mbappe waiting for the pullback. Danso eventually got back. Did enough to then draw the foul from Randall Colomboani. Excellent defending.
Yeah, excellent defending. Danso all the way. Colomboani, I think, excellent little ball in behind. Great touch from the big man as well, but Danso was there, got his body between ball and man, and then just waited for the contact. And that's where you just got to have that experience. As soon as he puts his arm on the shoulder or the back there, Danso falls to the ground, and rightfully so.
This is what it's all about, though, isn't it, Chris? We've seen the fans hanging around at the beer kellers and the restaurants, and everybody's having a great time. That's what the Euros is all about.
No, exactly. No, I think brought everyone together, as it always does.
We've seen plenty of Scots. There's actually a couple of Scottish Saltires are here in the stadium tonight. They're everywhere.
Yeah, that's why I took so long to get back. I had to do a few.
Your selfies and your autograph hunt, was it? I knew it. I've seen plenty of that. Now then, Austria with Trauner, centre half, number 3 on the halfway line. 4 down the middle to Arnautovic. Paulé straight to Thuram. Arnautovic has not added a great deal since coming on. Hernandez has given it away to Arnautovic though, and Lima spinning and turning and knocking it on to Baumgartner. Oh, good goalkeeping, great goalkeeping by Magnon. Spread himself at the feet of Baumgartner. It was a ball that the Austrian was probably entitled to try and stretch to reach, and Magnon, while making the save at the feet of Baumgartner, it looked like was caught by a boot to the face, and the referee stopped the game.
No, well, I'm looking at this. Baumgartner definitely gets to the ball first, so I think he's entitled to go for that. He's just trying to steer it goals. I've got to say, Magnon, brave as you like, comes out big, throws himself at the ball. And like you say, it's a great save. It's just a coming together of both players. For me, there's no free kick either way. It's a genuine attempt with the ball, and that's just the momentum, isn't it? I'm looking at Hugh, he's shaking his head here. I don't think he quite agrees with me there, but Baumgartner's got his right foot through the ball, and then Magnon's come out, and it's just the momentum. Both are sliding.
He's going to get a yellow card, Chris.
You
can see the referee's got a yellow card.
He's got to the ball.
Is it a potentially dangerous challenge? Is that the point?
It's a shot at goal. He's trying to steer the ball towards goal. Yep. So it's just the momentum of the foot, and he's threw himself at it. He's got there first.
He was entitled to go for it.
So if he gets there first and he dinks it over Magnon and it's in the goal, that's a goal. For the yellow card to come out, VAR should be instructing the referee here. What you do?
Well, of course it can't, because it can only rule on red cards. But I know what you mean. I know
before the card comes out his pocket. There's nothing in it.
Well, Baumgartner is booked. Magnon is back on his feet. Both have had a bit of water. There's a pat on the back from Baumgartner to Magnon. 2 players going for the ball. Magnon very bravely in particular. And then Baumgartner, it's just a follow through, isn't it? But it's natural. He's going to collide with the goalkeeper.
Well, Joe, ask you this: if Baumgartner gets his foot under the ball and it goes over Magnon, is it not a goal then?
It's definitely
so
a goal.
How is it a free kick and a yellow card?
Very good point. Chris Iwanamo making that point very well indeed. Former Scotland striker with us tonight in Western Germany. The ball is thumped downfield by Posh. It's 1-0 France, 10 minutes to go. Koundé backpedaling, just about got away from Sabitzer. It spun off his head, and Koundé able to regain possession. Here he is again, the right back. Some have said that might be a problem area for France, but not necessarily on this evidence tonight. N'Golo Kanté seems forever to be first to every 50-50, and he's won France a throw midway inside the Austria half on the far side of the stadium.
Yeah, well, I think Koundé's shown that he's right up for the challenge. Little race with himself and Sabitzer there, and you're thinking he's going to go back to Magnon in the French goal, but he just heads up. Sabitzer's gambled to go towards keeper and keeps possession of the ball. Koundé comes out with it himself. Excellent defending.
One more goal here for France would definitely seal the win. Of course, as it stands, they'll have enough for victory in their opening group game here in Group D. So they go level on points with Netherlands at the top of the group. The 2 meet on Friday live on TalkSport. Referee's got to stop the game there. He's got in the way of the ball, and he initially let play continue there. Munwera, the referee. Well, Griezmann was darting in field, and the ball hit both ankles of the referee, and it seemed initially like he just wanted play to go on there, Chris.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at that. I think when after the initial contact, Griezmann was still in good control of the ball, but like you say, then the Austrian player comes in and challenges and retrieves the ball, and then he brings it back. So a little bit fortunate there, France.
France have possession from right to left in the second half. Here is Hernandez, 10 yards shy of the halfway line. Great first time ball. Camavinga to Thuram. He's got Mbappe in support, and Thuram has driven infield away from 2 in red. He's led it square to Griezmann on the edge of the D. Wide to Colomwani, teases it back to the edge of the box, and he gets it all wrong. Again, the final touch lacking from France in the final third in the second half. They'll have to show more refinement in their play in the attacking third as this tournament goes on. But Saliba's won it back on halfway for them. Camavinga trying to dart beyond the challenge of a rather tired-looking Lima, and a lovely flick by Mbappe into the path of Camavinga in the area. So back to Thuram, moment. Thuram's first time effort is straight to the goalkeeper. 1-0 to France, 8 minutes of normal time left.
Well, it's excellent from France here, isn't it? Looking at Camavinga and Mbappe linking up. A little cut back to Thuram as well. On goal, easy one for Tenstead to collect.
And the atmosphere is continuing to really bubble up, isn't it, here in Dusseldorf? The Austrian fans, you get the sense they believe if they can just create one chance, there's a point in this game for them.
Oh, I think France are overcommitting as well. A lot of players bombing forward. And like you say, Pence has released Austria on a couple of occasions where they've got the numerical advantage as well. So it's, that one moment, there's still plenty of time for that one special moment to come for Austria.
Well, this free kick that Austria have now got, it's pretty central, slightly to the right of centre as we look at it, and midway inside the France half. So Mvena, the left back, has come across here, maybe to try and find a bit more angle on it, and it's teased short in the end to Sabitzer, who delivers, headed away by Camavinga. It was hoisted up towards Posch, who was forward, and now Colomboani trying to lead a France counter-attack. Mbappe the only man up with it. Colomboani has switched the play delightfully, right to left to Mbappe. He's brought it down 10 yards from the corner flag on the near side of the field. The defenders backing off him. Mbappe half nutmegs Lima and is then blocked off, and the referee is Mbappe goes down, awards the free kick, and that'll be a yellow card for Lima, who cannot believe it, and there are Austria fans near our commentary position who are screaming at the referee out of their seats.
Well, I'm looking at that there, it is a free kick. Limer's put his hand in the face, if anything. But it scratched him right down his face. It's not a nice one. Yeah, Mbappe's put the ball through his legs there, but that's not nice at all, and rightfully so, a yellow card comes out.
They don't seem to be overly committing players forward here, France. As I say that, belatedly, Koundé and Upamecano are forward. Colomboani, Thuram and Mbappe are there as well. Lele Bleu is the chant from behind the goal to our left. France 1-0 up on Austria with 6 minutes to go on TalkSport. 6 minutes of normal time here. Griezmann, hands on hips. Is he just going to dig this in left-footed? He does, headed down by Mbappe, blocked off. And he's gone down again as Kylian Mbappe, as Lima steers the ball upfield. Saliba beaten to it by Wimmer. Wimmer trying to drive beyond Conte. Conte comes across, and there he is again. N'Golo Conte, 33 years old, still top class to come across and clear it away, and then Thuram juggled the ball over the head of Posch on the counter, but the referees had to stop it because Mbappe's still down. What about that for energy and determination and quality from N'Golo Conte?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Again, just shows you, seen the danger. Rimmer's break, getting in behind, getting away from his opposition player. And look at that one on the monitor. That's a sore one there from Mbappe. But like you say, he comes across, nullifies the danger, and then keeps possession of the ball as well.
He was caught by Danso well, he wasn't caught by Danso, his head went into Danso, and he might have hurt his nose here. Mbappe, he's being treated inside the penalty area. Always a worrying moment for France whenever Mbappe goes to ground, and doesn't very quickly get up. He's got two physios on either side of him. Euro Sports Bar coming next once we're done here in Western Germany. 03717 22344 to have your say on TalkSport. We've got the Premier League fixture release date tomorrow from 9 o'clock in the morning live with us. Can you believe it? It's the release date for the Premier League fixtures tomorrow. And we've also got coverage of the Paris Olympics this summer. Now Mbappe is bleeding heavily from his nose as he sits down and is treated here. I think the physio's saying he's going to need a new shirt. He's definitely going to need bandaging up, and that looks like a nasty blow to the nose of Kylian Mbappe. And actually Giroud is being called over by Didier Deschamps, and is Mbappe going to have to be substituted before the end of the game here due to injury?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's he'll be a little bit dazed as well. It was a heavy blow, and the nose is there's a lot of blood there as well. Yeah, so no surprise that the change is going to be made there.
They also want to bring on Youssouf Fofana. Didier Deschamps is looking as busy and as energetic as I've seen him on the touchline so far tonight. He was racing across towards the subs to call over France's all-time leading scorer, the evergreen Olivier Giroud. And Austria want to make a substitution as well. Still Mbappe being treated in the penalty area away to our left. He's been sitting up the whole time, but his pinstripe shirt, the upper part of it, looks smudged with blood, and he's holding his nose here, Mbappe. Really a really painful moment for him.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's had my nose broken in a game as well, and it's not a nice moment at all. Oh, it is broke. Oh goodness, his nose is definitely broken.
That is a very nasty injury indeed for Kylian Mbappe. And what will it mean for his playing time at Euro 2024? He's holding his nose, he's bleeding profusely from it, and that could well be a fracture, and it'll be fascinating to hear exactly how bad the injury is and how it might affect, as I say, his playing time at this tournament. It feels a massive moment in the opening game that for France as Austria make their change, and it's Alexander Prass on for Mvena, the left back. More on Mbappe in just a moment. Austria got possession in the left wing position with Sabitzer. So we've got 2 minutes to go. Austria 0, France 1. And Mbappe forced off due to injury. He's walking holding his nose as Danso pings a high crossfield ball out to the Austria left. Sabitzer brings it down. Out to the left hand side is Prass. First touch, good cross. Baumgartner tried to get goalwards, couldn't. And it'll be thumped away by Conte downfield. All of the talk after the game, all of the questions for Didier Deschamps will be about the nature of the injury to Kylian Mbappe.
Well, I'm looking at that, Joe, and I've got to say, when I broke my nose, it was cracked back into place.
He's come back on. Mbappe's come back on, and now he's sitting down, and I think they've done that deliberately because France, Deschamps arms outstretched, he wants to make the substitutions. Mbappe is going to get a yellow card. Deschamps was raging at the fourth official because they wanted to get Giroud and Fofana on. So Mbappe, having reached the dugout, has then walked back onto the field of play, sat down immediately, and there's going to be a yellow card for Deschamps here, surely. He's still remonstrating with the fourth official, and now the referee. Mbappe's got the physio attending to him again, still got blood streaming from his nose. It's a very strange and worrying end to the normal time, the normal 90 minutes. And listen to the reaction. Austrian supporters fuming with this yellow card for Mbappe, who I think very deliberately, they told him just to come back on and then sit down immediately so that they could make the changes, and here they come.
Yeah, I'm looking at that there. He was instructed to do exactly that, but what I'm in shock is his nose is out of place, and I can't believe it's not been put. But the physio, the doctor's got to set that straight away. Mine was done, mine was packed. Then I got a mask made, and I was able to play in the next game 4 or 5 days later. I just don't understand why his nose is completely still out of place at the minute. It's going to have to be done. The sooner the better.
It's amazing, isn't it, that they didn't get him straight down the tunnel immediately. They were going to, but then they wanted to make the change. So 1-0, France lead Austria, and now Ralf Rangnick is screaming at the fourth official because he wants to make a substitution. Slightly farcical end to this game, and high drama here in Dusseldorf. Mbappe has now gone down the tunnel. We'll have 9 added minutes at the end of the game here on TalkSport. 1-0 to France, and it's not over yet. Out on the right is Wimmer, blocked off by Hernandez. It's a throw to Austria down by the corner flag. Mbappe off to continue to get treatment on what looked like very much like a broken nose. Now then, the final change for Austria, and it's Romano Schmid onto the field for Austria in place of Konrad Laimer. Austria giving it all they've got. Can they, right at the end in stoppage time, find an equaliser? 8 added minutes to go. Long throw to the near post, the glancing header by Wimmer, and he goes down now holding his head, and they're off the bench in protest. All of the Austria subs are screaming at the officials now, and the referee stopped the game with Wimmer having gone to ground.
Well, Wimmer's got there first and he's got the contact, so I'm just trying to think, is it Camavinga, is it? I need to see it in the monitor, because Wimmer's got there first, he steered it goalwards, No, it's just a coming together again off the shoulder of Hernandez. It was. That's a sore one as well.
Almost exactly the same motion and momentum that Mbappe had when he collided with Danso, and Mbappe had to come off. So it's 1-0 to France still. Nearly 2 minutes into the 9 added at the end of a dramatic game here, dramatic second half. Ultimately the own goal from Verba looks like it'll be enough for the French, who've brought on Youssouf Fofana into the game, as well as Olivier Giroud. Fofana has replaced Antoine Griezmann, who had a cut to the head, remember, earlier on in the half. Now then, here is Thuram in the left back position, blocked off by Posch. Now here come Austria on the attack. The opportunity for Schmid to roll the ball up the middle. It's cleared away by Saliba. Thumping header downfield by Kevin Danso towards Patrick Wimmer. He's trying to get the wrong side of Hernandez, and Hernandez in the left back position has only got it half away. Schmid is there, not beyond Hernandez this time, who stands tall and strong. Belts it up over halfway. Giroud running after it. He's tripped by Danso, and a clear trip. It'll be a yellow card for Danso. He's not, because he's not been booked up until now. Yellow card for Danso is his first of the night. We are 3 minutes into the 9 added, and it's 1-0 to France. I'm sure France would have loved to have seen him go off, but no, not yet. He's just been booked.
Well, again, Giroud just got in behind there and done what a good striker should do, just cut across the path. Danso doesn't really know a lot about it, just trying to start running race, and just a little cut to the heels is enough.
France take the free kick short. They go back to the halfway line. They've got to see out 6 added minutes. Sports Bar comes next on Talk Sport, and then our Euro 2024 commentaries continue tomorrow. High ball up towards Giroud. He's nodded it back towards Fofana. It was about 10 yards to the edge of the penalty area, but Austria smuggled it away. Now it's won back by Camavinga on the halfway line. Well, France, so often renowned for their swashbuckling and enterprising play, have had to dig in at times in this second half here. Their captain has gone off injured, Mbappe. Now Hernandez touches it onto Fofana, breaking between the lines and steering it wide into the path of Randall Kolo Muani. Only really Giroud in the middle. Kolo Muani hasn't poked it into the path of Koundé. Alexander Prass trying to win it back for Austria. He's shoved over Kolo Muani. Free kick to France. Nearly 4.5 minutes into 9 added at the end of the game. Chris Wellerman.
Great reaction there from Kolo Muani. Well, I think he gave the ball away poorly, but the reaction to go win it back and then obviously win the free kick. He's trying too hard, isn't he? Well, I think he had a lot of space just to go in and be a little bit too selfless as well, trying to find the pass and find the...
Koundé crosses to the back post, only half away. Fofana trying to bring it down. Giroud, lovely little touch. Back to goal to nudge it wide to Thuram. Thuram tries to curl a shot goalwards. That's charged down. Arnautovic now, up with Saliba. Austria 0, France 1. Into stoppage time. The 95th minute. Patrick Wimmer's deflected ball down the middle. It's reached Sabitzer. He's knocked it back to Baumgartner now. And they're flooding forward in red, the Austrians. Prass, infield to Seibert. His cross deflects up into the air. Koundé will hammer it clear. France have still got to see out 4 added minutes here. One of the questions I'm sure that will be asked, and you might know the answer, Chris, is can Mbappe keep playing a tournament with a broken nose? More on that later. Here comes Sabitzer with the delivery, and it's deflected into the path of the goalkeeper. Again appeals from behind the goal from the Austrian fans, and they're throwing plastic cups into the air, cups with beer or water in it, throwing them high from the edge of the stand up towards the edge of the pitch, and they're really showing their frustration now to the referee. I think they wanted handball against Koundé. The deflection on that cross. 96th minute and France lead 1-0.
Yeah, well, it comes off the hand of Koundé, but he's outside the box anyway, you know, and like I say, it's definitely ball to hand, so couldn't really do a lot about that one there.
What a game. And it's not done yet. Here is Trauner, 5 yards shy of the halfway line. Forward now to Seibert. Can Austria's positive approach find some dividends very late on in the game? It's towards Arnautovic, 10 yards to the edge of the French penalty area. Camavinga is there to seize possession back. Pulled down by Arnautovic right in front of the referee, who's had a busy and maybe slightly checkered evening. Not got everything right. Yeah. Then again, which referee does?
Very true.
It is hard being a referee, we know that.
Yeah, I think he's done well tonight. You know, I think he's been all over position has been excellent, but yeah, he's been strong to his word, strong in his decisions.
France on the break now. Colin Wiley darting into the area, he can pull it back here. Giroud misses his kick. What a chance to seal the win, and Austria get it away, and they've still got 2.5 minutes to find an equaliser here, Austria. 9 were added. We're in number 97 at the moment. Prass, halfway line, big miss from Giroud. Out to the left, and Sabitzer, who's driven infield to a central position. Great reverse ball to Baumgartner. On now to Schmid. He's poked it wide to Posch. Arnautovic in the middle. It's played across. Good interception, that for Fofana. Very nearly reached Baumgartner, who had made the late run. Austria giving it everything, but France are holding firm with just over 90 seconds of a thrilling game to go. Tug of the shirt from Fofana on Wimmer. He's got it wide to Posch, so play continues. Posch crosses high to the back post, headed down and wide. Prass was there, it's gone behind. It's a late corner to Austria.
Well, Prass had so much time there. I can't believe he just put the head on it. If anything, Joe, take it on the chest, get the ball in control, and then put your foot through it. Make sure you steer it towards goal there. Get your shot away. I can't believe he's just thought about putting it back into the danger area with a little soft cushioned header.
Well, the roof might come off in Dusseldorf if Austria score here. It's Wimmer with the corner. Magnon punches it away. It's come out to Schmid. Corner of the box to Dink, hit it high. Danso going up. Good header away by Camavinga. Still France trying to hook it clear, and they do. And now France are charging forward on the break. 1-0 they lead. Thuram, what a run. He's run 40 yards into the penalty area. The angle is against it. Thuram has been held up. Thuram holds the ball right down by the dead ball line. We're into the last 45 seconds here. And an object's been thrown onto the pitch. A small object towards Thuram. Didn't get anywhere near him, thankfully. Little flick by Thuram into the path of N'Golo Conte, who for once loses possession to Seibald. His ball in field. Austria have got about 30 seconds, I make it. 1-0 down to try and find an equaliser. The players on the bench are out to the edge of the touchline to urge them on. Sabitzer, near side the right. Seibald in the middle. So to Arnautovic, but the pass is intercepted by Camavinga. The assistant referee flags. It's a French free kick. And the cheers from the end away to our left tell us that les Bleus are nearly there.
Well, I think it was the wrong pass from there, Sabitzer there. I think he's got to put that one into the box. That's where all the Austrian shots are.
And France start a bid for a Euros hat-trick with victory here in Dusseldorf, but not without incidents. Boos and whistles from the Austrian fans. A Max Wöber own goal in the first half, enough to give France a very slender victory, but much of the talk after the game here will be about Kylian Mbappe, who left the field with just a few minutes to play with what looked like a very nasty injury. Looked like a broken nose. He was bleeding profusely, Mbappe, and as he trudged down the tunnel, a lot of French concerns immediately will have turned to the fitness and the prognosis for the rest of the tournament of their talismanic captain, one of the world's greatest players. Mbappe before that should have scored his first ever European Championship goal, but could only curl wide with the goal gaping. Austria gave it absolutely everything, but when they did threaten, Mike Magnon, the France goalkeeper, was equal to it. You can see what it means to France, because Didier Deschamps, the second the whistle went, pumped his fists in celebration, and the French flag, the tricolore, is being waved hundreds of flags away to our left-hand side, which signals